I'm not here as a performer or a keynote speaker. I'm just here to introduce a project that we've been working on for the entertainment for tonight. But first I have to make a confession. I've been a sycophant fan of Makers from the very start, like a crazy gobbling it up because it's women's voices. I couldn't believe the assortment of women. I got overexcited with each new profile and thrilled at the enormity of the amazing women in our world. I was gleeful at the stories of the women that I knew and obsessively Googling the women that I didn't. Oh my God, she was the first girl in Little League? That's crazy. So I was cutting and pasting and retweeting Makers voices. So when Dylan, the president, goddess, head of the Makers world, which is like, you know, this thing to me, this ethereal thing, I met her at the Vice Woman premiere by my friend Gloria Steinem produced and Amy. I freaked out a little bit. It was like meeting the Wizard of Oz. I was like, hi, nice to meet you. I think I spilled some of my Diet Coke on her. And she said, Kathy, oh my God, we haven't honored you. I mean, you're a maker. Isn't it about time? And I humbly, quietly said, yes, it's fucking about time. I want to be a maker. So I'm really, I filmed my interview, which was supposed to be an hour, true story, but I fell so in love with Elizabeth Bonner that the sun set as we were doing it. It turned into 4 hours, and it was the highlight of my 2016, which isn't really much to say because it was an assy year. This one's going to be even worse. Then the Makers women, Liz, Amy, Amanda, and Blair, and I started meeting at my apartment to sort of brainstorm about what the entertainment would be for tonight. And they were less like business meetings and more like crush, I have a crush on you, slumber parties. In fact, the last meeting we had was on November 9th. If you're able to get out of bed, move on that day, and you have to be with other humans, we were all so glad that we were together. Our shared concern was the headline of this election, which is glaring misogyny. The deep sadness of the sexism, racism, homophobia, and faith hate was swallowing our country and made only a little bit bearable by our ability to plan this evening together. I'm tearing up. I'm not the one who's supposed to be tearing up. It was. We had to, you know, we realized what was swallowing our country, so we just swallowed a lot of chips and hummus. Makers has been like a beacon to me, not like one of those ugly yellow, utility flashlights or the big Klieg lights at the premieres, but more like when you go into a bathroom at a really nice West Hollywood restaurant and that beautiful bathing light. That's what kind of like, oh, I didn't know I looked this good. I'm going to live here in this bathroom. It has been my breathtaking honor to be included in this organization that reaches in and pulls out women's voices from the root, especially during this time of unimaginable, and when I say unimaginable threat. Wait, she was supposed to be funny. She's getting heavy. As women, we fiercely respond to the ugly and the overwhelming hate bubbling up with a welcome rage, I encourage rage, with compassion, with inclusion, with unification and exploration. And this requires our voices must not be oppressed or shushed or even a tiny little st, none of that. Right now, our voices are the answer to our survival. So, in honor of women's voices, you like that little thing I made there? You just slide right into it. In the past 5 years, I've had the immensely satisfying experience of working with a multitude of amazing known women, fancy actresses, really fancy actresses, and we sit down and we talk about their story and we write their story together sometimes, and I get to direct and curate about their lives. And of course, Makers, who are the Geppettos of women's voices, asked me to work this time with the mind-blowing actress, fierce activist, and now good friend Deborah Messing, The hilarious and deep, powerful sage and true original that is Ms. Rosie Perez. And this first piece is the third time I've worked with this woman. She is like a pot of gold. She is a writer and a literary genius and one of a kind, and now has a huge place in my heart. Women and men, enjoy real lives, and please welcome the brilliant Zasha Mamet.